Hello, this is Dr. Salvatore Vinciguerra, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you about sharp, flat, and natural signs and accidentals. These symbols are called flats, and the definition of a flat is that it lowers the pitch of a sound by a half step. You notice that the flats are either on a line or on a space, just like a musical note could be. These symbols are called sharps, and they look like a tic-tac-toe sign. The definition of a sharp is that it raises the pitch of a note by a half step. And again, they can be either on lines or spaces. These symbols are called natural signs, and they cancel the effect of a sharp or flat. Notice that when we write musical notation, that the sharp, flat, or natural sign comes before the actual note. And then when we say sharp, flat, or natural of that particular note, we say the name of the note or the letter of the note, and then we follow it with sharp, flat, or natural sign. So this is what this example shows, that here I have the sharp sign before the note, but we would say F sharp. In the second example up here, I have the flat sign before the note, and then if I were to say this in English, it would be D flat. The last example has the natural sign before the note, and when we say this in English, it would be C natural. So the reason why you would have these symbols before the notes is so that the person playing the instrument would be able to pre-read these notes ahead of time and have the fingering ready for F sharp or D flat or C natural. Sharp, flats, and natural signs collectively as a group of symbols are called accidentals when they are put inside of the measures and not in the key signatures. And there will be a future video on key signatures and how to identify them. In this first measure, I have a sharp in front of this first note on the space. And if this was treble clef, this would be F sharp. The rules of accidentals are that they carry through to the end of the measure. So that if you have a sharp right here on this F at the beginning of the measure, then this F right here that doesn't even have a sharp in front of it would also be considered F sharp. Here's another measure where I have a G sharp, and then you have the natural sign canceling the effect of the G, bringing it back to its natural state. Then I have an A, I have a B flat, and the rule is that when a note is tied, it also carries through to the next measure. So even though this is B flat at the fourth beat of this measure, this B in the next measure is also considered to be B flat. As we continue through this example, you notice that then you have A, G, here's F sharp, here's another measure, E. This would not be F sharp. This would now be F natural because the sharp is not in front of this note and it's a totally different measure. So this sharp stays in this measure and does not affect the notes in this particular measure over here. So this would be E, F natural, G, and then F natural. This is how the first measure would be played, and I'll say each note as I play it. F sharp, G, F sharp, G. Here are the next two measures. G sharp, G natural, notice how it goes lower, A, B flat, held over, A, G, and then F sharp. And then the last measure, E, F natural, G, and F natural. I want to just talk for a few moments about notes and when they're sharp. Here's the natural state of F. And then following the rule, F sharp, or the sharp sign, raises the pitch of a note by a half step. So if this is F natural, raising the pitch by a half step would sound like this. This would be F sharp. Again, here's F, and here's F sharp. The two notes sound different. Let's look at the note E. If I had E flat in front of that note in that measure, then it would sound like this. Because the rule of a flat means that the flat lowers the pitch of a sound by a half step. So here is E, and here is E flat. Here is the first way that you would see sharps in Alfred's basic adult piano course. You would have C sharp and you would have A sharp. And you would ask, well, how would you find these on the piano? And at the top of the page, they show you the keys, and there's a map. Here is A. When you raise the pitch of the note by a half step, you go to the black key or the next key to the right, and that is A sharp. Here is C, and then this black key in front of it, or the next key, would be C sharp. Here's how you would see flats in the beginning of Alfred's basic adult piano course. And notice that the flat comes before the note, and how it's used. That is B flat, and that note is also B flat because of the rule that the accidental carries through to the end of the measure. When you identify the flat on the piano, here is B, and then remember that the rule of the flat is that it lowers the pitch of a sound by a half step. So you go to the left, and the next note to the left is this black key, and this would be B flat. Let's say you wanted or had B sharp. Well, if you were to raise the pitch of B, it would be this next key. This would be B sharp right here, but it's also called C. I think this visual will help everyone understand half steps, and I'll do another video on half steps and whole steps later. But on the piano, each key, from white key to black key to white key to black key, these are all half steps, as in this example. And if this is C, then raising C by a half step, this would be C sharp. This is D. If you wanted D flat, you would go to the left. This black key back here is D flat. It's also C sharp. If you wanted to have D sharp, you go to the right, and here is D sharp. Here's E. If you wanted E flat, go one key to the left, and here's E flat. If you wanted E sharp, you go one key to the right, and that would actually be the same note as F. They're just called different notes, and notes that are called by different names but have the same sounding pitch are called enharmonics, and that's a whole nother topic for another time. But this is an example of how these half steps are working so that you can apply this knowledge to what you're doing with identifying your sharp flats and natural signs, which collectively, again, are all called accidentals if they're placed within a measure and not in a key signature. This is Dr. Salvatore Vinciguerra. Thank you for watching this video on accidentals and sharp, flat, and natural signs. Look out for more videos in this series of learning how to read and write music. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe to this channel, and have a great day. Thank you.